Hi there, my name is John Sullivan, and this video I'm going to show you how to play Badux. I came up with an idea for this game a little while ago and I thought it was pretty neat, so I went ahead and implemented it and wanted to share it with you. There are kind of two different ways to explain the rules of the game. The short one is it's the exact same game as Go, but with a different board. So the game of Go is an ancient game. It's been around for millennia. It came out of China originally. The two players take turns placing stones on the board, and the goal of the game is to try to control as much of the area on the board as you can. Normally it's played on a 19 by 19 board like you see here, but sometimes people play on smaller boards like this 9 by 9 board here. In Badux, this is what I have for a full-size board. It's about the same size as a full-size Go board. And similarly, this is kind of similar to like the Go 9 by 9 board. So like I said, the players take turns playing stones on the board, trying to control territory. Now, there are different rules that we have to know about. For instance, captures. So when black plays at the center of the board like this, it has 6 liberties. It's connected to 6 points, surrounding points. And so long as you have liberties, your stone is alive. But let's say white plays some stones here. So as white plays these stones, it's taking away black's liberties. So now black only has 2 liberties left. So if white continues to play one more stone here, we say the black stone is now an Atari. If white plays again, the black stone gets taken off of the board. That's the capture. We say when a stone has 1 liberty, it's an Atari. So if black doesn't do anything about it, it's going to lose that stone. Of course, black can play here, and now it has 3 liberties. So it's not in so much danger of getting killed. Now, an important part of the game is the differences between the center area, edges, and corners. And it's pretty easy to see if black does play on an edge. Now it only has 4 liberties. So in this case, white only needs to play 4 stones in order to capture the black stone. Similarly, if black is going to play way in the corner like that, now white has 3 liberties. If white plays 3 stones, then the black stone is removed. Stones on the edges and the corners have fewer liberties, and this affects strategy a lot. Partly, it's just easier to control territory in the corners and the sides, so it's very typical for the first moves of the game for players to be trying to claim territory in the corner. It also means that playing on the very corner or the edge is not really a great move because these stones do not really have a lot of capacity to control territory on the board. Okay, so we've looked at some very simple groups here and basic rules of liberties and capture. Let's say black plays 3 consecutive stones like this. Now black has a group of 3, and when stones are connected together like this in a group, they kind of live and die together. So this group of 3 black stones has, well, it has more liberties than a single stone on its own. It has 10. White can go ahead and fill these liberties. Here black is an Atari, and here the black group is captured. We just looked at a group like this, which was just sort of a line, but we might wonder what happens if black were going to have different shape groups. Like for instance, here's a little ring, and now there's kind of space in the inside. We call this an eye. So let me advance my outline there. The black group has 1 eye. It has this inside liberty, and it still has these liberties outside, but now it also has 1 more liberty here, so black has 13 liberties. Okay, now we'll switch to white's point of view, and white wants to try to kill this group. So it's going to need to fill all 13 liberties to kill it. Let's say it wants to start in the middle. Okay, well this doesn't look very good because the white stone that was just played doesn't have any liberties. It's fully surrounded, and stones without any liberties don't live. So this is actually an illegal move. White will not be able to play here. If white does want to kill the group, it has to start by taking away all of the outside liberties of the group. Now you can see black has one remaining liberty there in the middle. White can play here. Now the black group has no liberties and it is captured. It's taken off the board. Just to mention, there's this one little moment where white has a stone on the board that doesn't have any liberties, but it's still part of white's turn. So the way that a turn goes is you play your stone, you move your opponent's stones, and then you check to see if the stone you just played is an illegal move or not. So in this case, we remove these stones first. This is not an illegal move because by the end of the turn it has 6 liberties. So that's the story of a black group with one eye. But what if let's make the group a little larger. Let's add a second eye. So now this group is fully connected and it has one inner liberty here and one inner liberty here. Now white wants to capture this group. White knows it has to surround, take away all the outside liberties first. It does that. And now the black group has 2 remaining liberties. So white can try to play here to kill the group, but the black group still has 1 liberty and the white stone that just played doesn't have any, so this is an illegal move. White cannot play there. Similarly, white cannot play here. So as you can see, there's no way for white to kill this group. So 2 eyes is life. This is going to count as territory. So if we were to go to counting now, every point in the area that black controls, whether it's a black stone, an empty point, or a white stone, that's going to be white's area. So this, as you can see here, black has 13. You can also notice here white has this 6.5 Comey. It's a kind of a disadvantage to play second. So to kind of even out the game, we give them a few points at the start. The reason for the half a point is to avoid having ties. So far we've looked at eyes that only had a single stone in them. So I want to take a moment to consider a black group with 2 eyes, and we want to know if white can capture this group. So once again, if white's going to capture this group, it needs all the outside liberties. We've seen the black group with an eye with just a single point inside, a single point eye. Black was not able to live. Similarly here, black has 2 points. This group is dead. To show that it's dead, white could play inside, and then black could capture that 1 stone. But now you see the black group is back down to a single liberty. White can play here and kill the group. So if you have a group with 1 eye that has 2 points in it, you're still dead. White can kill it. So long as the outside group of whites is safe, is not in danger of getting killed, white doesn't actually need to go and take these stones off the board. This is white's territory anyways. If we knew this group was alive, like let's say this white group here, well, let's give it a second eye. We'll give it 2 more eyes, just for the heck of it. So we know this group is alive no matter what. So if we were going to count this, all of this would be white's area. That's a 34-point area. There is no need for white to go back and take these black stones off the board. Okay, so we've looked at a group with 1 eye with 2 spaces inside of it. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So in this case, so here the black group has a 3-space eye. And the question is the black group alive or dead? The answer is it depends on whose turn it is. So if it's black's turn, we can just play in the center point, and now the black group has 2 eyes. We've seen there's no way for white to kill this group. Let's say though that it's white's turn. Then white can play in the center point too. We call this the vital point. It's kind of a point in your area that if your opponent plays, you're kind of going to be in trouble. So in this case, white took the center point, and there's no way for black to live. Black doesn't gain any advantage by playing inside, so it might play away. If white wants to force the issue, which again, it doesn't have to as long as this outside group is safe. But if white did want to force the issue, then black could take here. White could, now black has a group with a 2-space eye, and we've seen how this goes. White plays in, black captures, white captures. So yeah, to summarize here, if you have one eye with 3 spaces in it, the life and death of that group depends on whose turn it is. Okay, well let's look at what if the black group had 4 eyes. I mean, sorry, not 4 eyes. What if the black group had 1 eye with 4 spaces in it? Okay, this group is alive. No matter what white does, the group is going to stay alive. If white plays here, black plays here. And now black has 2 eyes, so black cannot be killed. Similarly, if white plays here, black plays here. There's nothing that white can play that's going to kill this group. Black can always make this 4-space eye into 2 eyes, no matter what. So once again, this is a living group, and in counting, black would get 16 points for the group. Okay, so that basically covers the basic rules of the game, life and death. And as I mentioned before, both players keep playing stones until the board is full and all of the areas decided. And then you might end up with a board that looks something like this. This is a real game. Let's take a look at this white group. You can see it's controlling a good deal of area. It only has 1 eye, but there are multiple points along the edge here that it can play at any point to make 2 eyes. So this white group is alive. Similarly, this black group here has 2 huge eyes. This white group, it has an eye with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's alive. And this white group, white's going to live no matter what. It's actually black's turn right now. Black's going to pass because there's nothing he can do. For instance, like if white plays at this spot, then white has 2 eyes, right? So black could try to block that, but then white is just going to play here. And then white can connect either way and make 2 eyes. So let's see how counting would go. As we mentioned, this group belongs to white. This area is black. This group belongs to white, so all the points inside it are white. And this group is white. White ends up with 73.5 points to black's 58. White wins by about 15 points. So that was counting. So let's talk a bit about how you want to get a game and play a bit. You definitely want to come to baduxgo.com. Here you are in the lobby, and you're going to want to create an account first. Fill out this simple form. Once you fill out the form and create your account, you can go to the login page, log in. Come to the lobby. Right now, there's nothing going on in the lobby. This is kind of a brand new game. Not a lot of people know about it yet. So you may well come and not find games. You can create a game invitation here and wait for someone to accept it, and then you'd start a game. If nobody's there, there are 2 things you can do. First of all, if you go to Badux Go on stream, you can check my schedule. It may well change, but this is right now. These are the times I'm streaming twice a week. I'll keep my schedule up to date. When I'm streaming, people will be playing games. I'll be playing games. You can come in. You can play a game with me. Another thing you can do is if you're on the Badux site, there's a link here to our Discord, and this is an invite to the Discord server. And there's a room on our server called Gaming Meetups where you can come in and try to find people to play a game. that's all I got for today. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the site and play some games with you. Have a good one.